Well, hello there. It's been, what, 2 months since the last actual video? Who knows? A lot has happened since then, hasn't it? Too many questions. This is supposed to be a video, not an interrogation. Thank you! So on to the contents of this video. I'm drawing a clown! That's right, a treat for all of you. A journey of a struggling artist drawing a clown just for your entertainment. No, it's not entertaining. The fact that, borrowing Lin-manuel Miranda's words for a second, a fat Trump is self-proclaimed to be 6'4", which has been disproven. He is actually around 6'2", and 236 pounds, which many think is also inaccurate, which places him in the obese category according to the body mass index. Arrogant, anti-charismatic. You just need to watch the presidential debates for these two. National embarrassment. And this one I think falls more on the fact that we are the people that elected him, known as President-elect Donald Trump. Will be sworn into the office in 13 days at the time of this recording. If I'm being frank from a totally biased standpoint here, because, well, this entire video is opinionated, I refuse to believe that collectively in America there is enough hate and ignorance to bring this guy into office. Sadly, my opinion isn't going to change the fact that he is president-elect. All we can hope for is that all of the things he will try to do will be shut down. This leads to the question, what the hell is Trump planning to do in the next 4 years? Well, just some of the things. Number 1, build a wall along the southern border. The problem with this is that a 19,000-mile wall made supposedly out of concrete would be 339 million cubic feet and would cost close to $25 billion to build. It doesn't help that we're already $19 trillion in debt. Get rid of Obamacare and replace it with something terrific. 30 million people, not sure how reliable the source is, are currently dependent on Obamacare, and the fact that his only plan is something terrific is terrifying. The next one is one that I personally greatly dislike because it will possibly destroy the kid goal of being an astronaut, which brings us to number 3. Stop spending money on space exploration. This one just hurts. Leave the Martian alone. What's next? Build a huge space wall and make Marvin the Martian pay for it? Number 4. Triple the number of U.S. immigration and customs enforcement officers. I'm going to reinforce this point. $19 trillion in debt, you daft... Sorry about that, I've calmed down now. But the next one won't help with that. Now the next and last one isn't something that Trump can really or will he do anything about, besides being angry 7-year-old with a Twitter account about. And that is number 5. Trump's rant about Hamilton on Twitter. But Zeb, this is totally irrelevant to the top. Shut up, it's my video. Trump, the fat, arrogant, anti-charismatic national embarrassment, had to go on Twitter and insult Hamilton, an American musical. Now this is too far. Yes, the wall and all his racism is bad, but you insult Hamilton? That is crossing the line. The story behind this is the White House using... One second. The story behind is that this is the White House's writing utensils. Mike Pence went to go see Hamilton, Chicago. When they had finished their wonderful performance, they had a message to Pence. I will put a link in the description if I can of one of those little bubble things so you can watch it. It's quite short and wonderfully worded, which basically said, please be a good vice president and president, the people need it. So instead of heeding their plea, Pence complains to Donald Trump, who, being someone who just can't bear to be a regular human being, had to go run to Twitter and have this rant. Our wonderful future Vice President Pence was harassed last night by the theater cast of Hamilton. Cameras blazing. This should not happen. Want to talk about harassment, Trump? Followed by, the theater must always be a safe and special place. The cast of Hamilton was very rude last night to a very good man, Mike Pence. Apologize! The cast and producers of Hamilton, which I hear is highly overrated, should immediately apologize to Mike Pence for their terrible behavior. Highly overrated? Highly overrated? The man who can barely use punctuation, the man who has such horrible pronunciation, says that Hamilton is overrated. I just can't go on with this video. It has drained so much out of me. All we can hope for is that the next 4 years of Trump's trying to do stuff and getting knocked down won't be that bad, and maybe Pence, I don't know very much about the guy, I try not to look up stuff about Donald Trump and Mike Pence too often, will somehow make it through these 4 years without having any wars start. Okay. Before I will go, I will say all of this. Despite all the fireworks, guns, and racism, all we can hope for is the best. There's no knowing what will happen in the next 4 years, but one thing is for sure. It won't be any USA.